Okay, so now I'm trying to see something out here. I'm still learning my system, so this might be a system issue. Uh, Hopefully you guys can see me now and make comments to me. I've got everything set up. The new, I mean, if you find me, you find me. God, I'm sucking. Okay, so let's put this here. Back to Facebook. Okay, this one looks like I'm live. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one looks like I'm live, and somebody's watching. Okay. There's a delay with the audio and the video. Figures. I don't know what's going on. Oh man, and I thought this. Hey John, how you doing? Well, I do apologize. I'm trying to get things better. Just give me a little bit of time and I'll get it there. I appreciate you being here and watching me live. Thank you so much. Bear with me. Let's see if I can figure some of this stuff out. Okay, looks like I might be still live on Twitter, on YouTube. Okay. Here we go. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness, I'm so messed up right now. Well, I'm trying to figure this out. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Well, guys, I'm trying, man. I guess some things are going funky on me. Some things are going right. I guess the video's a little glitchy. I'm not sure why that's happening. And now someone's calling me on the phone. Yay, me. I'm hoping I sound a little better. There we go. Well, we all know I'm not. I'm chasing everybody away. Shut up, phone. Yeah. Well, I've chased everybody away. All those great people that were watching me, I chased them away. For those of you that are still here, the draft is about to start. I'm really looking for. I believe it or not, I'm really looking forward to this. And I know you're seeing a little bit of a delay, and I get that. There's nothing I can do about that. I understand that the audio and the video is not completely linked up. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to watch everything the best I can. Work with you guys. Please work with me. I still want to do a call-in show, so you know, be ready for that. You know, I'll put my number out a little bit later and see what'll happen. So EJ Haddock's got his Mac draft up now. He's got his 8, 9, and 10. I don't agree with because I really do think that somebody in that range is taking the goalie from Russia, Alexikov. I really think that that's going to happen. I kind of agree with that. It might be COVID's fault. For those of you that are still watching, thank you. You know, it's going to be a long show. Stick around. Let's see what happens. I'm waiting for the commissioner to come up. Schulte, that's the one from German. They got him going at 3 to, oh man, if the Senators get Schulte and Perforetti, they're going to, wow, those are two both NHL ready players. Drysdale at 4, that's a good pick for the Red Wings. Buffalo at 8 is where the goalie should go. I mean, I know they need him right now, and I know there's going to be some issues getting him over to the U.S., but I think you can. I think that if you can make that happen, make it happen, because this kid can change things. Let him get some more time over there, and then bring him up as soon as you can. I know he's under contract, but you know, a lot of those guys have got clauses where they can come out. You know, so let's see what happens there. If you are watching, please type something and let me know that you're watching, and then let me know how bad it is. If the video is super bad, or if the audio is bad or good, give me an idea of what I'm playing with so I can try and fix it. I think there's one thing that I can do, and I'm probably going to do that here very quickly, and that might help things a little bit. So I'm going to kind of wait and see what you guys are seeing, because unfortunately, I can't play this back. Oh, I can maybe. Let me try something here real quick. Oh, you were probably hearing some double there. Okay. So yeah, so the video is a little streaky. I don't know why. I've got pretty good internet, but for some reason it's being streaky. I'm very excited about this draft. I think it's going to really help a lot of teams out, especially. See, the NHL, one thing that we learned about the NHL this year is that there is some very, very, very good parity. And you know, you look at the teams, the bottom two teams, the 23rd and 24th team that made it to the playoffs advanced. You know, that's how close everything is. So the league is tight, and it means that some of these teams that are at the bottom getting one or two good young players could advance them. And that's what's going to happen. And I think one thing that dumbass needs to do right now is remember that the draft's on a different channel, and he needs to watch the channel the draft is on. Yeah, that's pretty okay. Boy, guys, I'm doing really good here. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, I hope you didn't hear all of that. But now I have it set up to where maybe the magic's back. I don't know. Let's see. Welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report live draft show. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this has been a complete fucking disaster. Right off the beginning. But you know what? If you're there, if you're watching, well, I'm glad that it's comical. You know what? Give me just a few seconds, guys. I know the draft hasn't completely started yet. I'm going to try one thing and see if I can fix this. You guys can let me know if the video gets a little bit better. I'm going to do my best, man. You guys just bear with me. I hope that it isn't as bad as it seems, but by the tone of the people that are coming and going, yeah, it's that bad. I don't know why the video is so bad all of a sudden. I thought I had good video set up, and now it seems to be moving a little bit better. Let me see something here.
We'll see.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can any of you guys let me know what's going on? Can you see what's happening? I don't know. I guess I'm still frozen. Yeah, I'm not sure why this lags here. Well, guys, I apologize. Just listen to me, you know, turn the video off, don't watch, listen. If something important comes up that you need to see, I'll let you know. Come on, it can't be that bad. We'll try. Let's see what happens here. We pretty much know that Alex Lafreniere is going to go number one to the Rangers. That's almost dead set. I can't see that not happening at all. Oh, you know what? I've been playing some sound effects. Have you guys been able to hear them? Let me know. Maybe not, right? Yeah, that's probably what this thing nearly needs right there. So they're showing Alex Lafreniere's family right now. He's Canadian. They've got Bob's got they're showing different teams and who they think the best fits are. I'm still trying to get all caught up and figure this out. It's nice. Hey, I got up to 10 people watching, so that's not too bad. And 2 people like it, so I'll take that. I don't know if I'm not sure if Twitter's showing this or Facebook. Go to here real quick and check something out. There's probably nobody watching me on that, so. Well, now see, that doesn't look too bad. I don't know. Maybe the video's starting to get a little better. I'm not sure. Right now nobody's watching on YouTube. Oh well. I'm gonna try share this, see if it'll pop up. See if this works now. I don't know. So I'm trying a few different things here, guys. I'm hoping you guys are able to see it. I hope you guys are watching it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So here we go. It looks like the Rangers are on the clock. They got 4 minutes and 20 something seconds to go. And we get a Pink Whitney and a Paul missed the net commercial. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. So we know that the Rangers are on the clock. They're going to be picking here really soon. It's probably going to be Lafreniere. I can't see there being a trade. I don't see him picking somebody else. It would take a knock your socks off deal to not take him. And I don't think we've had the number one pick traded in a very, very long time. See, did I pick anybody up from? No, I'll try something later. At least a few people are watching me on Facebook, and I think there's some watching me on Twitter. I'm not sure if it's still going out on Twitter or not. Let me check that real quick. See if it's going out on Twitter and you guys are able to say something or whatever. Okay, let me go back here. I mean, I know I put stuff on Twitter, but almost nobody ever reacts to anything I do out there. But hell, why not? There we go. Do that, see if it pops up on here. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Well, hey, man, that's good. Well, I'm sorry about the jerky video. I went ahead and did a hard line to the cable internet, and hopefully that made it a little bit better. Good to have Chris here. Good friend Chris Thompson. We got to get together, Chris. You and me got to get together and do something here soon. I know you're busy with the cats and all. Maybe I'll go cat chasing with you one night. I'm not a cat person, but for you, buddy, I would. It's about to happen. You know, the Big Apple's going to get him. Oh, it looks like they did get him. Oh, man. Oh, man. They're showing that the connection between Lafayette and Sidney Crosby. And, man, 15 years since Crosby came in. Well, it's about to happen. They're about to select him. So here we go. Quentin Byfield, Schulte. Right. Next year there'll be 31 picks with the Seattle Kraken coming in. Really, for me, the draft doesn't really happen until about 6 or 7 because that's when it's going to get interesting. I've talked to a couple agents and I've talked to a few people that I know. They expect there'll be a lot of trades tonight. They think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to. Oh, here we go. The commissioner's on.
Network in Secaucus, New Jersey, and through over 100 virtual connections from club draft command centers and prospects living rooms throughout North America and the rest of the world.
Hey, kid.
So let me start the way I normally would.
Maya, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hey, Maya, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem, dude.
Now I can. What's up? I'm actually live right now. You know that?
Oh, I didn't. Maybe.
What's going on?
I want to call you back.
No, talk to me real quick. I got you on mute.
Oh. Have you gotten your ballot?
Yeah, I've got it, and I got yours too.
What do you mean you have mine? I have a California ballot.
Huh?
I'm registered to California. You shouldn't have a ballot for me.
Well, then you didn't deregister here.
Oh, I did not. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You're
still registered to vote here.
How do you deregister?
I don't know.
Well, can you call me back when you're not on live? Because I have questions about props because I don't understand legal talk.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had, guess I got to learn this mute system because I thought I had it on mute. And I thought in mute, it didn't go out. But apparently it does.
And tonight, following discussions with the NHL Players Association.
So I got a question for you guys. There we go. 5 minutes. Well, so I want to know, did you guys hear the commissioner? Were you guys able to hear that just now or not? I need to know if you can hear that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Trying to see what you can hear and what you can't hear. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to see what you guys can and cannot hear. I'm not sure if one of them. Oh, there we go. That channel's up. Right. So when I'm playing, so right now I need to know if you guys are hearing the TV. No, you shouldn't be. Okay. Okay, there we go. Nope. Okay, so I guess I'm doing better now. I'm figuring this out. So what I did is I broke out, spent a little money, and I got ahead. I bought a soundboard, pretty good soundboard, and I'm still learning it a little bit. And you know what the hell? Well, my video seems to be a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so for the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 1 or 2 that are watching, try and make sure you don't hear that all night. The pick should be coming. They got 2 minutes to go on the clock. I can't see them waiting the whole 5 minutes. And you know, I actually think, I got to be honest, I think 5 minutes was a little short for the first round. I know 10 might be a little long. I'd like to see it maybe it's 7.5 minutes or even 10. I want there to be more time for things to happen that can create trades or movement in the draft. 5 minutes just might not be enough. That's just you know how I think. So I mean that's kind of my opinion. I'd like to know what some of you guys think if you're watching, who is or isn't. I do enjoy that you guys are out there watching. I do thank you so much. I know I suck at this, but what the hell? So Henrik Lundqvist, yeah, now there's somebody who I think the Blues could get for decent money and might be a good backup to Bennington. I don't see why they don't go after Lundqvist a little bit. At least that's my thought process. Here we go. All right. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'd like to see what he says after he gets drafted. You know, he's been thinking about this. He was supposed to happen back in April or in June, and here it is now, October. So this is going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out and how he feels about it. Guy's got, for 18 years old, he's got a hell of a beard going, don't he? I mean, you got to give him credit for that. Wow. I mean, I can't do it. Well, I could probably do that. I don't know if I could pull it off as good as he did. Here it comes. Pick us in. Well, like that was a whole lot of drama. First Quebec-born player drafted #1 overall. I'm not surprised at all. And what are they going to do? They're going to pull out a Ranger and a Rangers hat. The Rangers had already sent it to them. They knew better. This is pretty cool. Well, he's not a member of the New York Rangers yet. He has the opportunity to become a member of the New York Rangers. Way to go, Ian. I mean, Alexi. I mean, that's pretty great. I mean, oh man. Very proud. I mean, really happy to see this, and you know, you got to hand it to the NHL here lately. They are doing an outstanding job of getting things put together. I do apologize about you guys hearing my daughter's voice. I thought I had the right button on mute. I guess I didn't. I'm trying to learn this system, so you know, give me a chance. Maybe I can get somebody else, if somebody volunteers, to give me a call, and I can work on the system while we're playing this up. You know, work in progress. That's what I am. That's what this all is, a work in progress. We're just trying to have fun, enjoy the day, and you know, promote the NHL. You know, I'm not going to get 100 people watching me. I'm not going to get 30 people watching me. But you know what? The ones that do are the important ones. Oh, Marianne, how are you? I missed you. I hope you're still there. Oh, I miss Marianne. Sorry about that. Okay, that's all. Well, I mean, I guess we're getting a little bit of watching, a little bit of viewing. Ah, man, none of that matters right now. Oh, Marianne is still here. How you doing, Marianne? Tell the wizard I said hi, and tell him that if he wants to come on, I can bring him on. I would love to hear him. All right, it would be a lot of fun to bring him on. Okay. Make sure I got everything muted here. I think I do. Okay. Here we go. Well, the Kings are on the clock with about two and a half minutes, or a little less than 2.5 minutes left. Schulte or Byfield, and that's where this thing could get really crazy. Oop, there we go. That should have brought it back in. Oh, no. There we go. Well, I know that my thing is a little messed up. I'm trying, guys. Give me a little bit of a. I'm trying. I apologize. Thank you for watching. No, I do appreciate it. If you're hearing double audio, let me know. I don't think you are. I think I've got it down now to where it's not coming in through double audio. But if you do hear it, let me know. Okay, I figured out where it was coming from. There we go. Well, with 20 seconds to go, they better get that pick in. I think he just sent it in. He just texted it into the. So here we go. Schulte or Byfield? Schulte or Byfield? Who's it going to be? Come on, Rob, make a good one. Oh, they took Byfield. Wow. He's going to be really good up there. Six, 4 1/4, 215 pounds at 18. Wow. Oh man, it's neat when they're putting these jerseys on, man. I wonder how they got them. I wondering if they had a couple of different one made, especially as you get in the lower rounds, because that stuff could change rapidly. All right, that's what's going to surprise me because they're going to. I'm also wondering how far down we get before we get the first guy that they don't have video on. Hey, Kid Spider, how you doing? Welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. I got somebody from YouTube. Oh, sorry, I got an ear itch. Byfield's a good pick for them. Um, he's going to be an impact. He's going to be somebody that can come in right away. Somebody that can definitely score goals and make things happen. Big kid. I mean, at 18, 215 pounds, he's still going to grow into that body, still bring up some muscle. You got to be happy for him, Well, that's true. They're talking about Nathan McKinnon and how he had a. What do you think about the UFA we talked to? Who was the? Mary. You might have some information that I don't know about because I haven't heard of any UFAs we've talked to. You need to send me something on the side. You know how to do that. Go ahead and try that because I haven't heard that yet. I'd like to know who we've talked to. Oh, kid's gonna have a good career, and I think it's great to have I really love the fact that there are a lot more um, ethnicities getting into the NHL. It's not a white man sport anymore. It's an everyman sport, and it needs to be that way. Um, I also think by the end of this decade, there will be a female playing goal full time in the NHL. Dunn. Dunn's an RFA, and we offered him. Are you talking about our Dunn? Because we offered him a qualifying offer, and he's an RFA, not a UFA. So that means pretty much means Schulte is going to go to Ottawa, right? Are you? I'm not sure. Are you talking about Vince Dunn, Mary, or is there another Dunn that I'm missing? January 1st. Well, I mean, that's good news. If they can make the season start January 1st, and also I could see them phasing in fans starting that period. I think that's really good. Um, you pretty much knew that they were going to offer a qualifying offer to Dunn. It's gonna be interesting to see who goes out there and it's going to be interesting to see if someone comes out there and offers him something, because I think the Blues will get a second round pick or a third round pick if he gets picked or if they get signed. Oh, I wonder what time it is where Schulte is. It's got to be early in the morning. Might be like 1:30 in the morning there in Germany. Yeah, Vince Dunn, Austin Pegnazzi, Mitch Rinke, and Jake Wallman. Yeah, I read that earlier today. Basically, they were all that's kind of you expected that to happen. They're all restricted free agents, and you need to make that qualifying offer. So if somebody brings a bigger offer that you can either match or let go, you can get a draft pick compensation for it. But you have to make that qualifying offer. So that's what that is, and I'm guessing Pagnazi. Here we go. Oh wow, Alex Trebek. I gotta hand it to him. Way to go. That I gotta give it to him. That was pretty cool. That is cool. Oh wow. Very good pick. I mean, you knew he was going there, but just the way they did it, that was really, really well done. I actually think that's where the first trade's going to be. I have a feeling that the Senators will trade that number 5 pick. I just, their owner doesn't seem like a guy that wants, I mean, he doesn't mind spending low money, but he doesn't like spending money. And to have two guys like that, you know, are going to cost you a lot of money later. I mean, you're talking about two guys going directly to the NHL, not, yeah, I just, I'm a little, I'm really, I got a little, well, I just got a text from my buddy, Michael Dante, saying that if the Russian goalie dropped all the way down to 26 to take him, well, first of all, Mike, there's no way in hell he's dropping that far down. I think the farthest he would drop is maybe 15, but I don't even see that, to be honest with you. If the Blues won and they got to open and get him, but I do agree that he is somebody that you should pick. I absolutely do agree with that. If you could get him, I believe go get him. I do believe that you should go get him if you can. I really do. Sorry about this. Well, the Detroit Red Wings are on the clock at number 3, or number 4. I got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Well, I mean, well, yeah, it would be, but you know, you have an owner that doesn't want to pay any of them. So that's what that's all got to do with. So right now, the 1, 2, and 3 are off the board, and you're at 4. 4, they have Drysdale, Pefferetti at 5, Raymond at 6, Rossi at 7, Sanderson at 8, Holtz at 9, Quinn at 10. Any one of those could go here, and this is where it's going to get interesting. This is where I really think that there's going to be some trades. That's the thing that I think is going to happen more. My buddy Dante. Sorry, I mean, I'm doing a bunch of things. I'm trying to keep up with a few different things. I do know that there are 3 players that I am watching for specifically. And give me a second and I'll tell you who those 3 players are, but I won't tell you why I'm watching for these 3 players. Guli, Reichel, and Poirier. I can't pronounce his name right. It's spelled Poirier. Those are the 3 players that I'm kind of watching for to see where they go. Oh, by the way, if the draft goes past 5 o'clock, oh wow, yeah, Stevie Y got tested. Was close to someone who tested positive, so he's now remotely doing the draft, but he is negative, so that's good news. See, I love it. They're saying just what I was saying, that anywhere from a 4 to 11 could go here. It all depends on what he wants, and he's got the options. He's got a defenseman, he's got wingers, he's got centers, he's got a goalie. He's got lots of options. Well, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, right at the end of the clock. Ooh. They dropped. They took a Swede. The camera got knocked down. Took a right winger with Raymond. So they passed up on defense. That's interesting. I think they only dropped down one or two. I mean, wasn't a reach, not a reach, and I'll take that. So the Senators are on the clock. They're showing some of his highlights here. Oh, nice. I mean, he got some speed too. You got to remember, these kids are 18, 17 and 18 that they're still growing into their bodies. They're still growing into their bodies. So here's Otto with that second pick. And this is the one that I think's going to get traded. And I thought this was going to get traded all along. That's not, and you remember that Detroit probably should have ended up with the first round pick. I mean, because of the draft lottery thing. Oh, there we go. There's a good. When do we pick? We're 26. We picked 26. I don't think we'll pick there. I honestly don't. I either think one or two things are happening. We're either A, going to trade up into the low teens, high 20s, or we're going to drop down to the third, to the second round, drop down and pick up a second and an extra third or a fourth. That's what I think is going to happen. But I also think I'm waiting for things to happen. I'm waiting for there to be some trades. I think that, and this is where I think it's going to happen. Otto's got them 3 picks, and I don't think that they're going to pick all 3 of them. I really don't. I think that they could pick up another first round pick by dropping down a little bit and maybe still get a player that they're looking at. I just don't think that having 2 picks that close together is good for them. So they dropped down and took him at 6. So they went from 4th to 6th. That's not a bad drop, but that puts Perfetti down a little bit further than people wanted. Caden Gruley, that's one of the names I was looking at number 14. He's somebody who I'm looking to see where he goes as a defenseman. I could see him going in right around that area. I'm trying to keep an eye on a bunch of different things here. Also, all they have is a hat for him, no jersey. I was wondering what was going to happen when that happened. I've been kind of watching Ashcroft, and I did an interview that you guys unfortunately never got to see. I did an interview with Jillian Kimmerer, and she is a writer and works for the KHL. We had a wonderful conversation that just the audio was horrible, and I couldn't do it. But we talked a lot about Yaroslav and how he's playing and what he's playing, and how she really thinks that this guy is the real deal, and that a team with a right team could pry him away from the KHL. And it may not take a lot of money to do it. It may not. It could, but it may not. So that's something to think about. Now it's going to be really interesting. You got Drysdale, Perfetti, Rossi, Sanderson, Holtz, Quinn, Arska. So you're getting down into where I think something's going to happen. Senators got about a minute on the clock. If all goes right, I'm thinking that the Blues will pick somewhere between 8:30 and 9 St. Louis time. That's kind of my thinking there. I'm hoping that's where it will be. Not completely sure, but I'm kind of hoping that's where it will be. All right, for the one or two people that are watching me. Let's see. Oh man, Sanderson or Drysdale. See, now if they drop down and take Sanderson at 8 here, I think that's a mistake. I think you could have traded that and dropped down a couple of spots and still got him. Oh man, here we go. Pick is in, so no trade. Come on, Pierre, what do you got? They did drop down it. Wow. Doesn't seem like he knows he's been picked. Yeah, there it is. So we're not going to be seeing any more jerseys, I don't think. Um, Mary, you and me have talked a little bit about the goalie situation, and I know that there's another Russian goalie out there that's young and coming up, but I'm telling you, I just think that this Yaroslav is it, man. I've watched some video. I've talked to people. I've talked to two former NHL goalies, and one former NHL goalie and one former NHL goalie coach, and both of them have told me that they see this kid having the tools now. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. So we'll see. I mean, that's what I'm surprised they picked here. I thought they would have traded it. It would have made sense. But now that they don't trade it, so far this draft has not been completely surprising, but it has made things interesting. And trying to keep going. So, my buddy Dante just, unfortunately is unable to watch me right now, but he just texted me and he told me that he would trade up to 15 to 18. And that's exactly what I had said earlier, that's where I could kind of see us going into. Man, I just, it's time for Army to really do something in the draft. He's done things in the past, but lately our drafts have been lackluster, with one exception. We did end up getting Kairu in the draft recently, but right now we really need to step up. And we've got questions on in different areas. We have questions that, believe it or not, we have questions in defense. We have questions in the top six. We have a couple of questions in the bottom six, and we have questions at goaltender. So, what do? Down on the farm, here's going to be a thought that a lot of people are not going to like. It is time to fish or cut bait with Clem Costin. Either bring him up and let him play or trade his ass. Because you traded a very popular bottom six forward who has done a lot and is still very viable in the NHL. Look, I know he's a role player, but he's a viable role player who's making decent money, but not nothing that I can say publicly. So that's kind of an interesting thing. They're thinking that the Ducks are going to take Drysdale. That would kind of that may not surprise me. The Ducks could use some good defense. Again, you're talking the first 10 to 12 picks you could see them in January 1st. There's a good chance that you could see all these guys January 1st, maybe down to even 15, right? Gruel, LePierre, Mercer, Lundo, all of these guys, with the exception of Askarov, who even with the right person picking them up, I think you could see him. I really do think you could see him in January 1st. This is a good class if you can get into it. Very interesting. Now what I was back to, yeah, that was a perfect music there, huh? So what I was getting back into with Clem Costin, Fisher Cup 8, right? Do something with him. You got him at the 31st pick. You traded into it. It was a good trade at the time, but he hasn't done anything. You brought him up for a cup of coffee. It's got to be more. Bring him up. Bring up the defenseman we just got. His name's slipping me. I think he's one. It's time to really bring these in. Well, here we go. Anaheim, it looks like the pick is in. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that was cool. Well, they went and did it. They picked Drysdale. That was a very good pick for them. Good top-ranked defenseman of the class, and you got him a couple spots lower. Not bad. You saved a little bit of money on him. Oh, they're starting with LeFerrier again. Off here. Oh, come on, NHL. Why aren't you watching me? So NHL are showing like video of people that are doing lives. Not me. Come on. No, because nobody's watching me, but what the hell. So, yeah, this has been a fun game so far. So let's keep this going. Not happening. Well, oh, see if that worked. Hey, that worked. See if I'm still in focus here in a second. Yeah. There we go. I don't know what's going on with the video, guys. I really do apologize. I know it's hard to watch the choppiness and all that, but I'm glad that you are watching. Ooh, I gotta check something out. Okay, I answered that. So you guys having fun? You guys enjoying this? Are you still watching? Are you still? That bad, huh? I thought so. Well, I mean, so you got who you got on the clock now? Buffalo on the no, Devils on the clock. The Devils at 7. The Devils are a team that really needs to do something. They're saying that Simmons can talk to free agents, so he's gone. They're not going to offer him a contract. They've got who's the other guy they got? Oh man. Oh, black guy. I can't think of his name now. He's probably not going to be there much longer. And I'm surprised that here we are. We're at the 7th pick and no trades left. So let's see what happens. Oh, 2:30 ago, they're talking to Lafayette. I'm going to bring this in.
Big honor for me. Obviously, Rangers. New York Rangers is a big organization with a lot of history and a lot of great players. So for me, it's a big honor, and I'm really excited to.
Hold on, let me check something out. Okay. Well, I mean, right now, let's see again. When are the trades going to happen? When are the things that are going to really ramp this draft up going to happen? And it's got to be happening soon because everyone that I talk to really thinks that it's going to get shooken up. That there's the flat cap is going to affect some of that. There are teams in the middle that can't afford the first round pick. That's an important thing. And in fact, a team that can't afford a first round pick might be a team that would pick the Russian goalie to let him stay in Russia for another year or two. And that would allow them time to get where they need to get. You're looking at New Jersey, Buffalo, and the Wild coming up next. That's an interesting group right there. Lindy Ruff came back as a coach. That's going to be the coach of the Devils. That's a good one. Goal scoring wingers: Perfetti, Holtz, Quinn. So that's kind of what you're thinking there. I actually think that it would probably be Perfetti. That's kind of where I feel it's going, you know. But what's getting interesting to me is we're getting closer and closer to the goalie, Ostroff. Here we go. They went with Holtz from Sweden. There you go. That's another interesting one there. Something's happening. Something's happening. Perfetti's dropping, and it doesn't make sense. I don't know why. That's a surprise to me that he's now dropped 4 spots. I think he was the 5th overall or 4th overall. I got to look again, but he's dropping now. He's dropped 3 or 4 spots. Something's going on if he's dropping that far. Oh man. I'm asking somebody if they think there's been any surprises so far. There's something. I think the Perfetti dropping is interesting because there have been a lot of good talk about him. I wonder what's going on that's affecting that. Right. So now you've got Minnesota up. Buffalo, Minnesota, the Jets, and the Preds. Wow, this is very interesting to me with this happening. Here we go. So Perfetti was 5th, and now you're looking at the 8th pick. So he's dropped 3 spots, at least 3 spots. So you've got 6, 8, and 9 off the board. So there's been it hasn't. No one's taken a big reach yet. But why is Perfetti dropping? Why is Marco Rossi dropping? From Austria. No, Rossi hasn't dropped yet. Quinn could go ahead. Quinn's a good pick at this spot. Well, Sabres are on the clock, and they might be entertaining a phone call or two. Oh no, they're calling it in. Yeah, yeah, very frustrated. They're talking about Jack Eichel. He's upset. Melody Martin, she's probably going crazy right now with this. I'm not watching her stream, which I'm sure she's doing, but oh well. I think she would go crazy. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to be interested in what goes on, and you know what? Maybe I think you guys might need something here for a second.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Well, it's got to be my internet. It figures. I probably should have reset it. Well, Well, I know. I'm pretty sure that they called this pick in. So they're trying to take the whole 5 minutes up. Yeah. Got to turn that down a little bit. I'm really going to be interested to see what happens here. I'm not sure. Here we go. Oh, they're honing in on Preferetti. Oh, they took him. Yeah, something's going on. That's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure that. So we're an hour in. I mean, it started after 12 or after 1 my time. So a little right at an hour, and we're at 8 picks. So we're on track so far. Nothing too crazy so far. Here we go. Oh my goodness. And why I did that was that, Perfetti dropping again. This is getting to be interesting. Someone's going to get a good player at a decent pick. Wow. Wow. Surprise. I wonder what Melody's thinking there. Taking Quinn. He's 19, so he actually was just 4 days away from qualifying for last year's draft. So he's probably one of the older players in this year's draft. So okay. So you're getting a little bit bigger guy, a little bit more mature. From the Ottawa 67s, good team to go to, so not bad. So now you're in that zone that I was talking about. So all the teams that have picked up to this point were teams that did not qualify for the round robin or the play-in, right? These were the teams that got kicked. So these teams that you're seeing now were teams that did get a chance to play for the Stanley Cup this season. So now you're talking about Minnesota. They could be somebody looking at a goalie. 10. This is the Jets. The Jets do not need a goalie. You're looking at Perfetti, who was the number 5, 4 on some boards, dropping down to 9 or even 10. You got Rossi, the Austrian center, dropping down, a little smaller guy. So you're seeing some interesting things happen now. Gruley at 14, a defenseman. He's the top-rated defenseman on the board right now, with Schneider right behind him. So yes, ma'am. So what this is, the numbers on the board here are how they were ranked by Bob Baffert, right? This is how he ranked them. As players have been taken, so the number 6 player has been taken, the number 8 and 9th player has been taken. The number 10th player has been taken. So that's why it jumps from 5 to 7 to 11, right? So those players have already been taken. So these are you're seeing as the best players available on the board by his ranking. I was going to try and pull something up, but my eyes are a little too bad for me to pull it up and read it while I'm talking to you guys. They don't have the NHL Scouting's draft list because that doesn't combine everybody. It has them in different. It has them as skaters, North American skaters, North American defensemen, North American goalies, European defensemen, European goalies, European skaters. So it's kind of a different way to look at it. Most of the if you've ever watched the NFL draft, their draft gurus picks are usually there. One or two of their draft gurus, how they look at them. So that's why you're seeing those changes. And if you're wondering, you may not know what I'm talking about. Let me go here. There we go. So Mary was asking me this. Greatly appreciated. Wild at 9, and this is where it's going to get interesting. Wild, do they need a goalie? I don't think so with Dubrovnik. Wow, the Predators at 11. So there. Oh man, this goalie could drop. I thought 8 to 12. He could drop down to 15. Okay, Army, this is your time. This is your time to get in there and do something. Here we go. So at this point right now, this is where it is going to get interesting. This is starting to turn out to a what was that football player? The one for Green Bay. Oh, I can't think of his name. He ended up winning. He's in all the he's in the State Farm commercial. He dropped pretty far. Everyone and Green Bay got him in the mid-20s. Perfetti is dropping. He may be somebody someone jumps up to get. He may be somebody that guys thought that they didn't have a chance at getting, that now they can. Well, they're showing Rossi playing now about how he's a good playmaker. This is getting interesting. This Perfetti dropping is surprising me. Now I'm trying to see if I get something here. Hey, the Blues Hockey Podcast, like my live draft show. They ain't watching it, but they liked it. Yay, me! You know, this is it. This is really interesting right now. Wow. This is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. Really interesting. So with the Jets on the clock, Jets aren't going after Oskrov, so he's not going to be a top 10 pick. There's no way. I think Perfetti goes here, or someone jumps up and gets him. If you see a trade, they're good. Perfetti goes. If you don't, you could see Lindell or Mercer go, or even Gruel at 14. So let's see what happens. And if Gruel goes, I know somebody who's going to be jumping for joy. So really interesting what's happening. Oh man, it is interesting. Well, so they're showing Cole. I mean, you're looking at a center and a left wing dropping this far. I mean, a guy that can play two positions. It, yeah. I think he gets traded today. They're talking about Patrick Leone. I can see him getting traded today. And I'll tell you what, I would not mind him being on the Blues at all. I wouldn't. And normally I don't like seeing other players. I don't like trades. I really don't. I like seeing things come up. I like things because I hate seeing players go, but yeah, I've got just what I was saying. I guess I'm not that dumb after all. Yep. They're taking him. There's no way they're not. They're dancing. Here we go. Oh, nice move. There you go. And that's a steal. First steal of the draft is at number 10. Yeah, I think they stole him. And the next steal is going to be is going to be Arskov. Who steals him? This is where the trade happens. I'm dead certain of it. Somebody trades in to get Arskov. I can't see them trading to take anybody else. So surprised there haven't been a lot of deals yet. Surprised at this point, but you know, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm listening to what they're saying about Cole, and I agree with them. You know, this is a guy, this is a steal. This is a great, you know, they said there was a little bit of injury concern, you know, and sometimes that surprises me. Everybody gets hurt. It happens. But that's just 111 points, 74 assists in the 2019-2020 season. 1920 season. Yeah. They're showing some of his. Oh, he's got a great. This is this is not bad. Well, I wow. So I'm a little shocked right this moment. Um, it's been a good draft so far. We're 10 picks in, a little over an hour and 30 minutes in for 10 picks. So uh, you've got the Predators on the clock. And some good players still on the board. So that's what's going on. I'm going to take a quick break, a quick timeout, and I'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Um, stand by, and I will be back shortly.
went 11th overall. Pick is in. Goaltender taken at 11. We don't normally
Well,
see
I'll be
goalies
damned.
go this high, as we
A
mentioned.
team that I didn't think needed him
This high of a selection.
is the team that went for him.
Craig Button's been talking about him for a while. A lot of people that have evaluated Russian hockey thinks he's probably one of the best goaltenders ever out of Russia. Obviously, Vasilevsky.
It looks like
the Stanley Cup. But the one thing you'll notice
Askarev's gone.
he catches with his
Predators are going to take that chance on him, and it's a good
A
move.
little bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I know that for some reason I'm not working right now. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, well. Good days, bad days. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I am back.
I can't think it's too far down the road where Yaroslav Askarov isn't playing in the National Hockey League. He's that good a goaltender, Liam.
Yep, you see the comparisons to Carey Price there, considered the best prospect since him. He catches with his right hand, as you mentioned. That's an extreme rarity in today's NHL. 89 goalies to play in an NHL game this season. Only 6 of them caught righty. He's going to draw comparisons to Carey Price, but you watch him play, Craig, and you think of who?
So with him being gone at 11, and that's I was kind of thought that's where, you know, the area he was going to go in. So now you've got a center in Lindell, a center and a right wing in Mercer, defenseman in Gourley, the pair center.
That has been better than Andre Vasilevsky. There is no player that is even coming close to having the impact that Andre Vasilevsky has had. And we sit here year in, year out and talk about, oh, you can't take a goalie high. Oh, yeah, you can't, can you? Your Vezina Trophy winner, Andre Vasilevsky, Stanley Cup champion, Andre Vasilevsky. And let me tell you this, I don't throw around comparisons to Carey Price lightly. Yaroslav Askarov is the best goalie entering the draft since Carey Price. Exceptional hockey sense, exceptional ability to maneuver in and around the net, and he's big-time competitive, and he works at it. I think this is a tremendous pick by the Nashville Predators and much needed.
This could be a futures pick as well, because there could be at least another couple of years in the KHL for Askarov before he comes to the National Hockey League.
I don't think so.
We've seen it before. We talked about the Russian factor in past drafts. What did the St. Louis Blues get by drafting of Vladimir Tarasenko when people realized it might be 2, 3, 4 years before he comes over? What did the Washington Capitals get by drafting Evgeny Kuznetsov, realizing it could be 2, 3, 4 years before he came over? So whether you have to wait for the player or not, it's immaterial. You want to take the best player available. The Nashville Predators believe that he's the best on the board right now. And to Craig's point, that he can have a major impact. It just may not be right away.
Yeah, I want to raise my hand on that too and just quickly say, yeah, they had to wait till those guys came in and helped them win Stanley Cups in St. Louis and Washington.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been around this draft for a long time. The best goalie I saw drafted in 1990 was the 20th pick overall, Marty Brodeur. And this guy's going to have a chance to be in that category. And everybody can talk about Carey Price, who's never won a Stanley Cup, Vasilevsky, who has. I'm just telling you right now, there's a Marty Brodeur component to this player. And that's how good and how much respect I have for the player.
Well, pretty incredible. He goes number 11 overall, and we're throwing around names like Price.
Well,
Brodeur.
So I'm looking at this board.
Just took home the cup.
We
knew a team that
I have
a goalie
heard
Panthers, and they're up next
that
goalie high
Lucas Reichel, who is at 20, listed ranked at 20, is on the Blues mind.
Where do you see Florida going? What direction with this pick?
Let's see if something happens where he starts dropping, or you see somebody else drop. Blues could jump up and grab him. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it gets close to that.
At number 12, do the Florida Panthers have any other Finnish centers in their organization?
Right.
Alexander Barkov. And I'm not saying that Lundell is Barkov, because he's not, but Lundell is an outstanding two-way center. He might be a little bit shy on the high offensive ceiling, but in terms of playing a strong two-way game, and I believe Lundell actually played a game today overseas. So we're curious to see whether the Florida Panthers jump in and follow that trend of Finnish players, even though they have a new general manager in Billy Zito.
Well, he's close to playing too. He's ready to play in the National Hockey League, and what a nice
So
situation.
here they're talking about the number 12 pick being ready to be in the National Hockey League. That's telling you something.
Billy Zito's tied into Finnish hockey big time. He was an agent.
Well, here we go. Let's see what happens.
He used to go work in Finland. Mike Eaves being one of them.
All right, we're keying in on a guy here. We'll see if it's Anton Lundell. The pick is in.
Here we go.
Bill Zito, the general manager of the Florida Panthers, will make the 12th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
On behalf of the Florida Panthers, I'd first like to thank our fans for their support during these difficult times. The Panthers would like to select from IFK Helsinki, centerman Anton Lundell.
Celebration on. Past
Not a
failed
bad
drafts,
pick.
there
Not
have been
a bad
6
pick.
finished
Ooh,
players
not a bad pick. You guys weren't hearing me at all. No one was saying anything. That's messed up. Okay. All that shit I was saying and nobody listened to it. Man. Well, the Carolina Panthers are Hurricanes. Hurricanes on the clock. Let's see where they're going to go. This has been a good draft. Been a very good draft so far. Oh, God. Oh, God. Some of these Navy Federal commercials, they're getting bad. Well, I was hoping to get more people watching me, but nope. Oh, well. Da, 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 da. We're at a commercial. Oh, Michael. What did Dante want? He's going to be pissed. Well, let's see what happens here in a little bit. Well, so it's about 7:30 Central Standard Time. So when we're not even halfway through the draft yet.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
All I can say is absolutely wow. What a pass and what a goal.
Okay, sorry about that. See, figures when something happens, that's when everybody. Okay, sorry about that. Figured when something happens, that's when people start watching me. Oh well. So we're moving into this draft is really starting to click in the right spot. And from the Blues perspective, you're starting to look at the areas where the Blues could pick up some of these players. They'll show me here in a second. Yeah, they're trading one of them. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay. They got him on right now. So, well, the draft is moving along really good. For the Blues, it's what's going to happen? What move are you going to see? What possibility is going to happen out there that we're not sure of yet? It's interesting. What's gonna happen there? I really would like to see. I don't know. I think this is the one that Army needs to move up on. I think that now is the time to do your thing. Either trade your pick or move up and grab it. You know, let's see what's happening. And again, I'm very, very surprised that you haven't seen. I'm very surprised that you haven't seen any trades. It really has surprise me at that point. Well, the Carolina Hurricanes are on the clock. They don't seem to be too concerned right now. There we go. Here we go. Well, I think they made a little bit of a reach there. I think they may have made a little bit of reach there. Now the Oilers are up. The Oilers and then the Leafs. So this is where the draft is going to get interesting. Montreal traded a third-round pick and Max Domi today to the Columbus Blue Jackets. That was an interesting trade. I'm sorry. It'll probably hit that 6-foot mark. Sorry, I got an ear problem. Well, I mean, you just got to hope and see what happens, you know. 1B, 2A skilled center. No, not bad. $13.40. So they dropped down. They got him at 18. He was 18, and they picked him at 13. So there's another reach. So you've got a good reach there. So he skips Mercer. If they wanted to score, they skip Mercer. They skip LaPerriere, Holloway, Amarov from Russia, Reichel. Oh no. So on the clock now is the Oilers. Or no, the Oilers. See what the Oilers will do at 14. It could be very interesting. Could be very interesting for the nobody that's watching me. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody all about the draft. Well, a lot of interesting stuff going on. So you have Mercer left, Gruely left. If you want a defenseman, that's it. And I know someone's going to be really happy if Gruely gets picked here. That wouldn't be a bad pick. I honestly, If you took Gruel here, yeah, Edmonton needs defense. Edmonton's not a strong defensive team. I could see him taking Gruel here. I could really see him taking Gruel here. So let's see what happens. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So they're talking about Connor McDavid having tested positive for the coronavirus. I think the Oilers definitely need defense, and this would be a good pick for them. Oh, well, I guess I'm an idiot. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Ken. What do you got? Ooh. Oh, and a reach. Oh man, this is interesting. Maple Leafs on the clock. Here we go. There. I mean, I'm kind of surprised what happened there, and some of the things that. Wow, that was a reach. I think. Oh man, I don't have a board up. Hold on, I want to. Hold on, hold on. Doing a little rumor hunting right now and seeing if I can break something. I'm keeping my irons in the fire and seeing what I can pull up. I know hardly anybody's watching me, but what the hell? At least I'm trying. You know, maybe someday I'll get to the point where I'm having 10 or 11 people watching me and I can do a call-in show. But till then, you got me. Nothing. Here we go. Let's see. So, got to get, man, you know, I would love them for once used to do these drafts commercial free. I guess they're going to talk to Byfield here in a second. Here we go.
Of your family, the confetti and all. What was it like for you to hear your name called as the number 2 overall pick?
Yeah, no, it was definitely something super crazy. And, you know, be able to spend that with my family and, you know, all the people that supported me growing up was something really exciting. You know, definitely anxious coming up for that. And, you know, hearing my name get called, definitely a big relief off my shoulders. And, you know, can't wait to go to LA now. You are officially the highest selected Black player in NHL history at number 2. It's a huge honor and distinction, and I'm sure.
Well, I'll play a little bit of that. I'm going to play too much so I don't get in trouble. But I'm doing what I can. For those of you who are listening, how do I sound? Is the sound better than what it normally is? Does it make a little bit of difference? I'm going to start working on my board, getting more sound effects and things like that, and try and have some more fun. Good. I mean, I can't wait to see this Byfield kid. I hope he gets up early and he has a good career. I really can't wait to see him play for LA. Maybe I'm hoping to get to go some games next season. I really am. Well, the Maple Leafs got about 45 seconds left on the clock, and their pick is going to be an interesting one. Oh, my goodness. I may have just gotten told something, but I don't know yet. We'll find out. So here we go. Let me bring this up so I can hear what's going on.
And Seth Jones are both selected 4th. Quinton Byfield 2nd to the LA Kings. But right now,
here we go. We're about to find out
Maple Leafs
who the number 15 pick is, and we're halfway through the draft. And
Toronto,
almost
your
2
5
hours
minutes
in.
has elapsed and the pick is not in. You can either now make the selection or take a timeout.
You getting him? Okay, they're taking no problem. With the 15th overall selection in this year's 2020 NHL Draft, Toronto Maple Leafs are proud to select from UFA of the KHL, Rodion Amirov.
Oh, took Amirov.
So
Not
Mitch Marner
bad.
wasn't interested in taking a timeout. He goes out and he makes the pick, and we get another player from the KHL. Bob, what can you tell us about the selection?
Well, he's off to a very good start this season in the Continental Hockey League. He's a player who can really skate and score and, you know, drives the net.
This is getting interesting. And
we had him
so now we're halfway through the draft.
On our board, and he goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And we've seen a couple of reaches
15,
now.
So not too far off the mark in terms of the consensus, Craig.
Well, as a left winger, they have Mitch Marner and they have William Nylander on the right
I
side.
think now
Obviously,
this is the point where the trade's happen. And I keep saying that, but you know, it's surprising that none have.
He's older, as we point out, born after September 15th of 01, playing in the KHL, so closer to playing than not. But he's got the ability to maneuver in tight spaces in and around the net. You don't need him to carry the puck up the ice. Nylander and Marner and Matthews, they can do all that. So it fits a specific area of your team that every team wants. Somebody that's really good in front of the net and around the net, can find those loose pucks.
Very interesting.
That's exactly what
Very
Biroff
interesting
does.
with what's
And a year
going
ago,
on here.
April, at the 2019 Under-18 World Championships, he did have 6 goals
I'm,
in 7 games. Now, it was
I'm
hard
very
playing in the KHL last
surprised
season to fully
about the
evaluate
trades,
him.
but
The
we're
same sort of
okay.
thing
We're
that
halfway
happened
through,
with
2
Lucas
hours
Raymond
in,
the
so
Swedish
my
hockey
guess
league
of
was happening with Amarov. He
I
wasn't
think
getting
probably going
quality
to be a little
minutes. He
later
wasn't
than I
playing a
thought.
lot. This season, that's been
It's
a little
what,
bit
almost
different.
8
Starting
o'clock
this season, and
Central
the fact
Standard
that some
Time.
of these European players got a little more
So the
exposure
Blues should
because
pick
their
somewhere
leagues are
around.
going, and the Canadian Hockey League and the NCAA is not.
Well,
Well, then there's a little bit more
close
exposure to some
to
of these guys, and I think it helped them a little bit
9:15 or
in
so,
terms of their
maybe.
ranking. Although, as we said,
And
back in June, we ranked them number
I
19.
would like to go the whole
overall.
period,
He
but I
didn't
probably
go far
won't,
off that,
especially with
believe,
only a
so
few
4
people
spots
watching me and nobody
early.
liking it.
I think it
So,
addresses
you
the
know, I'm
need
just
too
going to
for the
keep
Toronto
talking.
Maple
What the
Leafs. You know,
hell?
you think about
It's
Connor
fun.
Brown moves on to Ottawa. They've lost some players. Nazem
So you
Kadri
got
just traded out of there. They're
Mercer,
trying to
Guru,
upgrade, even though people say they have
Prayer.
this high array of offensive talent.
So
I think
you've
they're
got
trying to add on, and I
16
wouldn't be surprised if they became a very
and
active
18
player
and
going
19
forward
off the
on
board
trade market,
already.
because they need to address their
That might.
defense.
And you wonder if
So
they
you're
need to
looking at. I'm looking
address
at
things
defensemen right
cap-wise,
now
Bob,
because
because
there's
you
a
look at some of their
chance that
top-tier
the Blues could be
forwards.
looking that way.
With this graphic up here, and
I see
obviously the
3
price
on the
tag on all
board
these
up
guys
into
from
the
Matthews,
top
Tavares,
24.
Marner,
That could change
Nylander. You
things.
start bringing in younger players, but what do you expect
Could be
in
time.
general maneuvering over the next few weeks before we get into the next season here, Bob?
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see, but I really believe those 4 players in particular that you've got up there looking at them, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, and Nylander, I personally would be surprised if the Toronto Maple Leafs make any sort of seismic move to delete one of that core 4 up front.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at doing other deals supplementary, guys like Andreas Johansson, Janssen rather, and some of the other players they've got lower in the lineup. That might not make the financial impact that you want, but I think they're going to nibble around the edges of trying to do that as opposed to going to the heart of the matter. They obviously want to get better on the blue line. They're looking at free agency as a possibility. Alex Petrangelo's name has been mentioned, although I'm not sure that Petrangelo is going to head to his hometown of Toronto as much as he might prefer to stay in the United States. So we'll see what happens on Friday in free agency. But
Yeah, that's going to be a big day Friday with free agency and what Petrangelo does.
Up front,
I still have a feeling that they might get something done.
I think you look at the
He
draft
might
board
just
right
go
now,
see
pretty
what's out
interesting.
there,
You
and
see
if
12
there's,
forwards,
you know,
2
and then
D,
say, okay, well,
1
this is what the
goalie
Blues are.
selected
Is
so
it
far over
worth
those
that
first
much more
15
money
picks.
to me?
Montreal is
You know,
up next.
what's going to happen? Well, Montreal Canadiens are now on the clock.
Got into the
And I got my friend that's very interested. I got a few friends that are very interested in this pick.
So a little bit of spark for this franchise.
See what happens.
Where do they go from here? Craig, if you're the Montreal Canadiens, you're in that draft headquarters. What do you think they are thinking of?
Direct defenseman.
Well, of course, everybody in La Belle Province is talking about Hendrix Lapierre. Oh, boy, the French-Canadian player. I think he's a terrific prospect. But when you consider that there's other players that might be in the forward group that are equally as good or close to Hendrix Lapierre, and the fact that they have Nick Suzuki.
Well, let's see what happens.
Jesperi Kotkaniemi up the middle of the ice. You know, I don't like, if you want a good player, I think Hendrix Lapierre is that player. I think he's that good. But this could be a case where they say, hey, we want a little bit of help at a different position. But Hendrix Lapierre, who reminds me in style to Patrice Bergeron, you can't go wrong with that type of player, in my view.
The one thing you have to pay attention to is Philip Deneau's not happy with his lot in Montreal of being a number 3 center potentially. And so that's something the Canadiens have to think about long term.
Whether or not they take Lapierre with this pick, we certainly have plenty more to talk about with his situation. But right now, it's Montreal Canadiens at 16. Here's the pick.
Here's the pick.
Marc Bergevin, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Montreal Canadiens, will make the 16th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
Thanks, Gary. Les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de sélecter. The Montreal Canadiens select from the Western Hockey League Prince Albert Raiders, Caden Gooley.
Oh, there we go.
Caden Gooley, the pick, considered.
So I know somebody who's really happy right now. Way to go, Caden.
Ducks defenseman Brendan Gooley. He is the 3rd defenseman taken here in the 2020 draft.
Good for him.
Canadians there at number 16. And coming up, we look ahead.
The Crap Hawks are on the clock.
17 will have their pick when we return right after this.
Your mission: stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms.
The Montreal Canadiens are compiling a very
swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even
I mean, they've got
reduce
Edmondson now, they've got Allen.
With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious infections and blood clots, sometimes fatal, have occurred, as have certain cancers, including lymphoma, and tears in the stomach or intestines, and changes in lab results. Your doctor should monitor.
This is a big pick for them, and it also takes another defenseman off the board, which really could have some effect on what's going on.
Rinvoq, make it your mission.
You know, the Blues, you think about the Alex Pietrangelo situation, and the Blues could easily take a defenseman here.
Two of those things just $6.
In the first round, and that would be, I mean, that wouldn't be shocking. It would be interesting. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I'm playing, you know, and then you got to look at what defensemen are on the board.
Is as unique as they are.
I know Reichel's on there. I know there's a couple others that they've looked at.
Any other questions? What if I sleep hot and I sleep cold? No problem. It's temperature balancing, so couples can sleep better together.
Anybody wants
to sleep faster? Yep, by gently warming your feet. But can it help keep me asleep? It sure can. It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you comfortable all night. Can it really promise better sleep? Not promise, prove. Sleep Number. Proven quality sleep from $9.99.
Well, I'm waiting for this commercial to get done and see if anybody really really is watching out.
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. It's hockey is here. Of the NHL.
Welcome back with the Chicago Blackhawks on the clock. I want to bring things back
to
Hendrix Lapierre because, Bobby, have to look at him and think this is one of the
Here we
most
go.
fascinating but challenging prospects to fully evaluate. The talent's there, it's clear. The injury history, that's really not the case, though.
Yeah, very much a medical wild card. Now, back in the 18-19 season, he had his first concussion in the Quebec League, missed 9 games. That following summer, he was lights out good at the Ivan Holinka tournament. He was projected as a top 10 pick for this year's draft. But in October, he had a concussion, a second concussion, missed 4 games. In November, he had a third concussion. That shut him down for the season. He was having symptoms. He couldn't seem to get over those. He met with Dr. Dan Dyrek, who's treated David Ortiz, Patrice Bergeron, and Larry Bird, amongst others, in Boston as an athletic therapist. And he was diagnosed with cervical cranial traumatic injury. Now, that's a fancy way of saying a head and neck injury. The narrative is, you know what? He maybe didn't have concussions. He had a problem between his vertebrae, C1 and C2. They got it fixed up with some treatments. He was cleared to play. And this past weekend, in the beginning of the Quebec League season, he was lights out good. 3 goals, 5 points in his first 2 games. There were 40 scouts looking at him from all over the National Hockey League. A lot of teams weren't able to put medical hands on him because of no combine and because of COVID. And as a result, there are a lot of teams that are scared to jump in without their own medical analysis. But he's a pretty good player. He's off to a great start. And the question for me is, does he go in the first round? And if so, where and when?
Awesome to see him back on the ice. Bottom line is for me, Craig, if injuries weren't an issue,
well,
is
here
he
we
the
go.
Best player left?
The Crap Hawks are about ready to
Absolutely, in
pick.
my view. And listen, I think if he didn't have injuries and he was able to show over the course of the season what he showed in the last 2 games in Chicoutimi on October 2nd and October 4th, he would have been in consideration in the top 5 picks. That's how good he is. He was a dominant player in his age group at the Linka Gretzky tournament last August. Dominant. Plays every single area of the game, and he plays it well. At this point is
getting a job.
Here you look at the Chicago Blackhawks. Obviously up here a possibility in terms of best available or position. Where do you think they go? Best available?
I think you got to go best available. And as long as the medical reports are good, you got to be thinking about Lapierre. You just have to be.
Well, we'll see what the Chicago Blackhawks are thinking shortly. Time ticking down. Their pick is in here at number 17. We go back to New Jersey and join Commissioner Gary Bettman.
They take a timeout? No, pick is in.
Stan Bowman, Senior Vice President and General Manager of the Chicago Blackhawks, will be making the 17th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
So far.
Thank you, Gary. Here at the Blackhawks, we believe that what we do off the ice is just as important as what we do on it. We have a special guest joining us today to make our first choice from the Fifth Third Arena here on Chicago's West Side. Please welcome one of the inaugural One West Side grant recipients, Jamile Cannon. Jamile is the founder and executive director of The Block, which is a nonprofit boxing program that uses the love of boxing to provide mentorship and academic support to the youth of Chicago.
With the 17th pick in the 2020 NHL Draft, from Eisbären Berlin, the Chicago Blackhawks select Lukas Reichel.
Oh,
the Blackhawks.
Well,
they take
I know
Lukas
somebody else
Reichel,
who's
and
really happy,
remember, we talked about
and
possibly
somebody
a very
who's
big
really
night for German hockey
pissed
here,
off.
and Tim Stützle.
Oh
goes
my goodness!
Third overall to the Ottawa Senators.
Wow,
And now it's
what a
Reichel with
reach.
17 selection to the Chicago Blackhawks. Could see another German player taken in the first round as well. But let's focus first on Lukas Reichel. Chicago Blackhawks looking to get back up there and be got to the expanded postseason this year.
Good
but Craig, what do
pick.
they get
I gotta
this pick?
hand it to old man.
A
Good
really
pick,
good
Blackhawks.
two-way winger. And he's able to score goals. He's competitive around the net. But he's also a really good, strong playmaker.
My goodness.
I don't see him as a top-line player, but I see him as the type of player who can be critical to a team's success. And when you can play in multiple areas of the game
I'm just kind of
and
a little bit of shock,
understand
that's all.
how to take advantage of what is confronting you,
He got
he
picked
did
over.
it in
I
the
mean, that was a little
DEL
bit
as
of
a
a reach.
pro.
Not a big reach.
And that is
because they
the
had
other
been
unique
20.
thing about Lucas.
But when you
It's
think
not
of
a
the
player
things that were on
that's
the
doing
board.
this in junior. He's already shown a significant capability of playing at the professional level.
And if the name sounds familiar, it obviously is because he's the nephew of Robert Reichel, former National Hockey League player. So yeah, the Chicago Blackhawks going for a good two-way threat that showed in his peer group to have some decent offensive ability and was pretty fun to watch at the World Junior Championship.
And Liam, Robert Reichel broke Canada's hearts in the 1998 Olympics when he scored the only shootout goal against Patrick Roy the first time the Olympians, the NHLers, were at the Olympics. So there you have Lucas Reichel's uncle, Robert. You can cheer for him against Canada.
Another reason for Chicago Blackhawks to be excited about this pick right there. So Reichel, the pick there for the Chicago Blackhawks at 17. As for the New Jersey Devils, they're on the clock right now. The Senators, 3 picks in the first round. The Devils, 3 picks in the first round as well. They pick here at 18. They're going to pick at 20. And earlier tonight, they selected Alexander Holtz.
Wow,
and moments
man,
ago,
I'm still at a little
we
bit
chatted
of
with
shock.
James.
Really? I mean, I am.
Alex, congratulations on becoming a member of the New Jersey Devils. What was your reaction to finding out that you had been drafted number 7 overall?
It was awesome. It's a dream come true, obviously. It's so great to be a part of the New Jersey Devils organization, and I'm really looking forward for it.
I know you have a very special relationship with your older brother, David. What has he meant to you, and how has he affected your development?
He's been there for me all the time since I was little and we're skating in the outer rink. He's been there all the time, pushing me. He wants me to get better all the time.
In a little bit of shock.
He's a
over that.
perfect brother.
That's
I love him. So,
I gotta tell, that's a good pick for them.
I think if I didn't have him, maybe I wouldn't be here today.
Well, I know it is late there in Sweden, almost 2 a.m., so thanks for staying up late, and can't wait to talk to you and see you on the ice soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you got the Devils on the clock with
So
about
we're
2
looking at the New
minutes
Jersey
to go.
Devils here, picking at 18, picking at 20 again. So how the Devils got this pick, remember they received that first-round
Taylor
pick.
Hall trade,
This was a big part of the Taylor Hall trade. The Coyotes got Taylor Hall. They get Blake Spears. So Hall, former MVP, went to Arizona. The Devils get a pick here. So 2 picks in the next 3. How do the Devils attack this, Bob?
Well, if you look at the best available, you can see that Dawson Mercer, who plays in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, is available. He'd be a good pick here. I mean, he's not the fastest skater in the world, but he's a very versatile player. Can play left wing, can play center, can play right wing. He can play on your power play. He can play on your penalty kill. He plays a hard game. He's not afraid to mix it up. Played as a depth role on Team Canada at the World Junior Championship. So for me, he's a guy that's played 3 years. He's a late birthday, 2001. He's played 3 years in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So he may be a little further along in his development, but just a good, honest hockey player. And if that's what you're looking for here, he'd be the logical choice for me.
Pierre, new head coach Lindy Ruff, what type of players do you think he's looking for?
He likes guys with bite. He likes guys that are really smart and compete hard. But, you know, Dawson Mercer reminds me of a player that used to play for Ottawa and Nashville. He's married to a famous country singer, Mike Fisher, married to Carrie Underwood. Dawson Mercer's got a lot of those same components to his game. He's a fearless player. He plays a robust style, knows how to manufacture some offense. He's a character-type player.
Under a minute remaining here. Devils on the clock at 18. Craig, weigh in here. You have the New Jersey Devils. They already made that pick, obviously, earlier. They take Alexander Holtz at 7. You see them adding what here?
Well, you know, we talk about Dawson Mercer. We go back to Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier as centermen. So you're trying to find more offense on the wings. They already have Holtz. Dawson Mercer reminds me a lot in his approach to the game of Blake Wheeler. He also gives you versatility in respect to he can play center ice. So you're never short. We've seen how valuable Blake Wheeler has been to the Winnipeg Jets. Dawson Mercer has a similar type game to Blake Wheeler.
Hischier, Hughes, and now adding some more young talent here at 18.
So the one thing about the guys that you're picking here, these are not guys
The
that you expect
18th
to see next
selection
year,
in
maybe
the
in 2 years.
2020 NHL Draft will be made by New Jersey Devils General Manager Tom Fitzgerald.
What do you got,
Thank
Tom?
you. The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from Chicoutimi center Dawson Mercer.
They went with Mercer.
So Dawson Mercer, we were just talking about him. Can turn
That's
19
a
in
good
just a
pick
few
for them.
weeks.
That's
Now a member of the New Jersey Devils. But guys, here's a player who already knows the business end of hockey. He was traded last year while in the Quebec Major Junior League, Bob.
Yeah, not unusual. The teams like to load up at the deadline in the playoff run, and he was obviously a real good player for Canada at the World Junior Championship. So, as I said, a really honest hockey player.
So New Jersey picks at 22.
Here's the thing that sometimes works against players like Dawson Mercer in the draft. If you're looking for an absolute home run ball, someone who's going to play on your first line or even your second line, he scores goals in the Quebec League, but will it translate to top 6 in the National Hockey League? Maybe not, but is he a good honest player who can play in your middle 6? Yeah, much more likely.
And anybody that has seen the play come from away, which is about 9/11 and everybody landing in Newfoundland, how they took care of everybody. Dawson Mercer is from Newfoundland. So, you know, everybody loves the Newfoundlanders, and Dawson Mercer on the ice is as likable as he is off the ice. And when I talk about Blake Wheeler, that ability to play with high-end players.
Good kid, you know. Let's see what's going to happen with the rest of this draft now. So we're getting into the point where
and the New Jersey Devils are not just looking to add skill.
These are
also looking to have
teams that have a chance of winning the cup.
Tommy Fitzgerald was a dyed-in-the-wool competitor.
With the exception of maybe New Jersey, the majority of these teams are all
those qualities.
That's why I brought up the Mike Fisher component, because there's a Mike Fisher component.
Won a cup recently, I don't think he's got close to winning a cup,
but he's got a lot of the same flexibility things that
these
Blake
are,
Wheeler has in terms of being able to
now
play
you're
center,
getting
play
into
wing.
your
But this is a
better than top
high-character
half
player,
of the
and
league.
everybody that you talk to or any tape that you watch will tell you the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. So many players here, obviously, when we ask them who their favorite players are. Patrick Kane, Patrick Kane. And why wouldn't you say that? Who wouldn't want to play that way with the puck on your stick? But when a guy tells you that he looks up to Patrice Bergeron, maybe he won't be Patrice Bergeron, but that's the guy he looks up to, looking for an honest player who's going to get it done. Maybe that's your guy. And you look at the Devils here in the state of the franchise, last in the Metropolitan competitive division, but the idea that they missed the playoffs in 7 of the last 8 seasons, 0 playoff series wins since 2012. And of course, that's when they went to the Stanley Cup final. And the 3 picks here tonight, they pick 7, they pick 18. As we look ahead to 20th, the 3rd pick, I don't know. I mean, you look at the way New Jersey's building its team right now, Craig, what does it tell you about how they want to play in the future?
Well, the key word there, Liam, is building, and it takes a lot of different players to build your team. And so,
so you're looking at, if you're looking at that board right now, Blues pick at 26, and let's say
players that can take advantage of them, and that's what becomes paramount. Jack Hughes, in my mind, there's no doubt he's going to be a star player in the NHL, and now you need somebody that can take advantage of those tremendous skills. Same with Nico Hischier. They drafted Ty Smith, who is a really, really cerebral, competitive defenseman. They trade for Kevin Ball, who's a big horse of a defenseman. Now you have Holtz. Now you have Mercer.
So
you have another opportunity at 20. They have some good players deeper down in their roster, but now you're building that top end of the roster. And if you don't have the top end, it doesn't matter what you do with the rest of the roster. And Tommy Fitzgerald recognizes that.
Over. You got 2 defensemen right there at 25. They've got list 25 and 27.
He's trying to do some of the same
have
similar
your choice
things
between
with the New
Wallander
Jersey
and
Devils.
All right, so about 2 minutes until the Calgary Flames have to make their
could be
pick,
best
and then
available.
it's the Devils again.
Though you could have LeCarriere.
We get to this point in the draft, I'm asking what these teams are looking for,
center
who they
that
might
has
be
a little bit of
targeting.
injury
But
issue
just an open question, Bob. At this point in the draft, when you're 19, 20, and beyond, for the next 15 to 20 picks, how much separation are there from a player who's selected here at 19 and a player who might be selected at 40?
Not a lot, and it really varies a lot from team to team. So what you're going to see happening now at this point of the draft is that some of the players that we have ranked outside the top 31, they're going to start going here, because to that point that you just made, Liam, there may be a team that looks at some guy that's ranked 32 or 35 or 39 on our list and thinks that he's 16 or 19 or 21. And that's where you're going to start to see things get a little more scattershot, and there's going to be a little less consensus from this point on. I might start with Calgary here.
Well, that's my way of preemptively bailing you out if your list is not correct. I just thought I'd put that out there.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly. But I am curious. I mean, do you anticipate trades at this point in the draft if there is not much separation?
It should have been happening already.
Probably not, I would say. We had one trade last year in the reflected draft picks, Arizona moving up to 11 with Philadelphia. We've had none to this point. And it seems to me that everybody's settling into the draft or getting the players they want.
Well,
One other
I'm
thing
sorry
I would
I'm
add
boring
to
you
Bob's
guys so
commentary
much,
is that if you don't
Give
take
you a little
players
cricket salute.
rated outside of the top 31 or players that we don't think are going in the top 31, how can a team come up and say, we can't believe they were there?
Now, there might be a potential for trade here. We'll have to see what's going on here. Calgary Flames potentially trading this pick.
All right. Less than 10 seconds away. We'll see if we get our first trade here in the 2020 draft as we go back to the commissioner.
I'd like to announce a trade. The Calgary Flames are trading pick number 19 in this year's draft, the 2020 draft, to the New York Rangers for selections number 22 and 72 in this year's draft, the 2020 draft. So it's Calgary trades 19 in this year's draft to the Rangers for selections 22 and 72 in the 2020 draft. As a result, New York Rangers, you're now on the clock.
Oh, now see, this is going to mess up our time because now the Rangers get a new 5 minutes.
3 spots. They made us wait a while, guys, but we got our first trade here. And the Rangers are on the clock. We're back right after this.
I think they're ready to pick.
We're the most trusted credit union owned by members of the military community. And for over 85 years, we've put our members and their needs first.
To the 3 people that are watching me, I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
We are more than our name.
Sorry that I'm boring the hell out of you.
Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, veterans, and their families. At Navy Federal Credit Union, we serve all branches of the armed forces. We know you've got big things ahead, and we're behind you all the way. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Lower carbs, lower calories, higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived.
Every customer has their own Safe Light story. This couple was on a camping trip when their windshield got a chip. They drove to Safe Light for a same-day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them.
Really?
That's service you can trust.
Safe Light Repair.
Oh, I'm the most boringest guy out
Raise the
there.
stakes. These aren't just stories. This information is about life and death right now.
The facts, the truth, the news with Shepard Smith. Weeknight, 7 Eastern, CNBC.
Real people are finding real savings with Spectrum Mobile.
I switched because we wanted great service for less money.
With Spectrum Mobile, I'm saving over $650 a year.
We've actually saved $612
Well, I mean,
half a year.
the Rangers obviously moved up a couple of spots. Traded a third-round pick. 72 should be that third-round pick. Early third-round pick.
Well, the idea
Could
that
be
we
good
can mix
for
and
'em.
match
Well,
plans
we'll
is
see
great.
what
This way
happens.
we can adjust the plan to what our needs are at the moment.
These guys are unlimited. I'm by the gig, and I've got more money in my wallet.
Get the flexibility you want with the savings you need, all with free nationwide talk and text and no contracts. Call 643-2045.
We're paying a lot less and getting a whole lot more.
I'm wondering why I didn't switch to Spectrum Mobile a lot sooner than what I actually did.
Get Spectrum Mobile with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line or our Buy the Gig plan for $14 a gig. Visit a Spectrum store, go to spectrummobile.com or call 643-2045.
Alexis Lafreniere, no surprise here. #1 overall pick in the 2020 NHL Draft. He puts on the Rangers jersey. The
We're
Rangers
getting
hat.
closer and closer.
Welcome to Broadway. The world's most famous welcome sign to their new French
Ron
Canadians.
Gilbert did that.
8:20 St. Louis time.
And this is just a start.
Might be looking
because
closer to
Times
10 o'clock.
Square, there he is, larger than life. Alexis Lafreniere, the #1 pick in the NHL Draft. He's going to call Madison Square Garden home. The newest member of the New York Rangers, a team on the rise. They picked #2
Here the Rangers
last
are
year.
picking.
Capo Caco was their selection. Then they get #1 pick this year. Lafreniere is the man. They traded up here. They traded a third-round pick to move up 3 spots here in the first round. Traded with the Calgary Flames. The Flames now down at 22. The Rangers on the clock right now at 19. The pick is in as we go right back to the commissioner.
New York Rangers general manager Jeff Gorton, with the second pick in the first round for the Rangers, will be selecting the 19th pick.
With the 19th pick from the Brandon Wheat Kings, the New York Rangers select Braden Schneider.
So
that
another
might be a
defenseman
little
off
bit
the
of a
board.
reach.
Remember, this pick originated with the Rangers trading Brady Shea to the Hurricanes and getting that pick, and then they trade up and they add a defenseman here, Craig.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's
they
gonna
did.
be
Schneider was
interesting
one
because
I
don't
talked
think the
about being
Rangers
lower,
fans
so
are
they
gonna
took
like
a
him,
lead.
and I don't think David Quinn's going to like him because he's really competitive and he plays physical and he plays hard and he makes life miserable for opponents and he's no fun to play against. And let me tell you this about Braden Schneider. All he has done in his 3 years in the Western Hockey League is continuously improve. He's improved his entire game, his skating, his puck play. And let me tell you this, if you want to get space against Braden Schneider, good luck, because he's not giving it up easily. He's after you at every moment in the game, and
Very
he
nice.
will jump into the attack. When you watch a player that was raw at 15, 16 years of age, and you watch how much he's progressed to this point in time, I'll tell you what, it's pretty impressive. He's reminded me of Jacob Trouba in his
Very
approach to
interesting.
playing. Oh, well, he gets to play alongside Jacob Trouba in time.
He's yet another late
I have to
birthday
record my
that we've
these
had a lot of
birds out
these
here
in
one
the
of these
draft
days
so
and make
far.
it one of my sound effects.
5 days.
Hey, Sir Matt,
away
how you
from being
doing? I just
eligible
seen
for
you there.
last year's
Hope
draft.
you're
So he turned 18
enjoying
on
this. You
September
might be one of the
20th
few.
in 2001.
But hey,
and he is
saying
that
hi to you.
right-handed shutdown D. He can
Right.
be a power
So
play
good
shooter on a second
picks
power
for the
play,
Rangers.
but
I
he's
have to
primarily
say
a guy,
this.
as Craig said, that,
Little bit of a
gets in your
reach
face
for
when he's hard to
Schneider,
play.
I think, but you know, at this point, defensemen are probably going to start going. So you go up and get yours. Not that bad of a deal.
There's a little bit of that
So you got New Jersey at 20, Blue Jackets at 21,
Schneider is.
22 is going to be
David Quinn might like
Flames.
What about Madison Square Garden fans?
After the move, then Philadelphia at
Alexi Lafreniere,
23,
you get the flair,
Capitals
the
at
dash,
24.
the scoring ability, and then you see that video right there of Braden Schneider just checking people, wrecking people, giving them no space, and then the tongue-out celebration. I have a feeling, Craig, that the Garden faithful may enjoy his play.
Oh yeah, I follow along with you there. And you know, one of the things David Quinn really impressed upon people after they got knocked out of the qualifying round was they had to become harder to play against. They had to learn how to be harder to play against, much like the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they wanted some more players like that. Well, guess what? Lafreniere, hard to play against. Braden Schneider, hard to play against. And let me tell you this, there's no game that intimidates
So
either
you've got
one of those two players.
the Prairie,
No,
at
he doesn't look like
who
it.
was
He's
ranked
a big
15,
guy.
who is
He's
now
over
fallen
6'2",
way down.
over 200 pounds.
He's
so
fallen
another defenseman
at least
off the
to
board. The
20,
Rangers moved
if
up.
not a
They
little
obviously
further.
wanted a
I don't know,
defenseman.
some
They moved
5
up 3
picks.
spots. They picked
But
one. And now again, the New
the thing
Jersey
is, there's some
Devils
injury
back on the
concern with
clock.
him. He
This
could
is the
drop
Devils'
even further.
third
He
pick
could drop
here
out of the
in
first
the
round.
first round.
With injury
selected
concerns.
just 2 picks ago.
That's
Here's what
interesting.
the Devils have done so far.
So here the Devils are back on the clock. For me, when you have 3 picks, if you don't have that third pick ready to go at this point, you're done. You know,
20th
get it over with. Just get it over with.
Is there a player that you at this point just would
That's how I
recommend
kind of look
that
at
this is a
that.
guy that you see you'd be interested
So let's
in
see
if
what
you were in that
happens
spot for
here.
the Devils you'd like to take?
Yeah, well, I like Lapierre.
Avalanche
I
are
don't
picking
know
above
what
the
medical records
Blues.
are saying, and maybe people are privy to things that you and I
Oh,
and Bob
Lapierre
and Craig
looks
aren't
like
privy
he,
to, but that's the player that I would like to see go to New Jersey.
Could be,
Well, one of the
could be
things,
something
one of
happen
the
here.
theories we had going into this draft was if there was a team that was going to gamble on Lapierre in the first round, maybe it would be a team that had multiple first-round picks. Well, here we are with the New Jersey Devils picking for the 3rd time in the first round, but I still don't think that necessarily guarantees you're either comfortable with Lapierre's situation or you're not. And a lot of the teams I talked to simply weren't comfortable, even though he's off to a great start. And even though he looked like a top 10 guy a couple of summers ago, it's difficult in this time, if you're a National Hockey League general manager, to draft
Very
a player
interesting what's
that
going
has
on here with
question
him.
marks medically, especially as it involves your head and your neck, and you don't get your team doctor to be able to lay hands on him and have an actual physical examination. And that's been one of the real downsides for Lapierre going into this draft. If there had been a combine, if there hadn't been a pandemic, then a lot of teams would have been able to bring this guy in and really drill down medically, and teams would have had a much better handle on what his condition is or isn't.
Well, and you think about Tua, who went to the Miami Dolphins, they had that opportunity to evaluate him with their doctors, with their strength and conditioning people. And that is another byproduct of COVID-19 and the pandemic, is that the teams couldn't get with him, with their medical staff and their strength and conditioning people, to do a full evaluation that gives them the confidence to be able to say,
Well,
that's
let's
our
see what.
guy.
It's got to be at least somewhat reassuring that he's back on the ice and people see him play, and that the fact that he was excelling on the ice the other day. But I understand what you're saying, and it's got to be taken into consideration. But Bobby did mention the teams with the multiple picks in the first round. You would figure if someone is going to take him, it would be one of those teams that feels like maybe they could take at least a slight risk because they had other first round picks. The Devils, one of those teams, 3 picks in the first round. They're coming up on their final one here. And of course, you have the Ottawa Senators, a team that picked twice in the first 5 picks. They take Tim Stützle with the 3rd overall pick. And then, of course, at number 5, they took Jake Sanderson. And Ottawa Senators is going to pick again at number 28. As we still wait here, Hendrix Lapierre still available. We'll see if the New Jersey Devils will scoop him up here at number 20. Still waiting on the Devils. As always, the counts there.
Picks in.
Not always exact, not always precise, but close enough. We go to the commissioner.
The 20th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by New Jersey Devils General Manager Tom Fitzgerald.
Here we go.
The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from UFA defenseman Shakir Mukhamadullin.
So we were having the conversation earlier about prospects between, at this point, 20 and, say, 40, 45. Is there much separation, Bob?
Wow.
You mentioned there really wasn't at this point. And Shakir Mukhamadullin is the selection here for the New Jersey Devils, their 3rd and final pick in the first round. Craig, what can you tell us about this pick?
Well, he reminds me a lot of Nikita Zadorov.
Wow, they took a reach there.
Ability, the opportunity to get in and make plays with the puck, he can do that. And this 2002 born Russian team is one of the very best national teams under 20, under 18, under 17 that I've ever seen. But Muhammadulin, he can play physical. He's very, very adept at closing down the play in the defensive zone. And you want to have players that are hard to play against. Kevin Ball, who's a real big, strong, sturdy defenseman.
Wow, interesting pick for New Jersey there. That's a reach. I'm sorry. You could have gotten him in the second round easily. And that's a really interesting reach right there. Really interesting reach.
So much change right now with the New Jersey Devils. New head coach in Lindy Ruff, new general manager in Tom Fitzgerald. 3 picks here in the first round. It began with
kind of a big reach there. I'm surprised. I really am surprised at that reach.
It was Dawson Mercer, who just chatted with Jamie.
Hi, Dawson. Congratulations on going to the New Jersey Devils.
So now the Jackets are on the clock with
you could go on to this team and potentially make an immediate impact.
Well, I might get the Blues done. We might get to the Blues before 9 o'clock or 9 o'clock St. Louis time. That'd be a nice thing. Let's see what happens.
So I'm happy to be within that group. And
for the
like you said, to make
5 people. Oh, 5. I jumped and then it goes as soon as I say that it drops.
With a young group of guys to build for the future.
You won the gold medal at this year's World Juniors, and of course, one of your teammates was tonight's
my favorite
#1
one.
overall pick, Alexi Lafreniere. But he's with the Rangers, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you know the rivalry between the Devils and Rangers. What do you expect that relationship to be like going forward?
Yeah, I think he's really down together. He's shown it all year, all of his life, and I think, like you said, that little rivalry between the Rangers and the Devils, I think for sure it'll be nice seeing them out there.
Well, as we're moving along, let's see what's going to happen.
We can't wait to see you suit up for the Devils one day. Thanks so much for the time.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So the one thing to remember is that the guys that you're picking here are not going to be on the roster next year.
Not a lot of trades, not
January.
a lot of deals.
They will not be
during
playing
the draft,
January
but
1.
earlier
I
today,
really
the
doubt it.
Jackets were involved in a pretty significant one because they acquired Max Domi in a 3rd round pick, 78th overall from the Montreal Canadiens. They send forward Josh Anderson. Pierre, is this fit for both teams?
Oh, for Montreal, it absolutely fits. Josh Anderson's a big power forward that they desperately need coming over, obviously from Columbus, before that the London Knights. So they're very well aware of what Josh Anderson can bring. It's not the first time Montreal tried to get him. For Max Domi, it's pretty simple. He fancies himself as a center. He wasn't going to be a top 3 center in Montreal. But in Columbus, he's going to play right behind Pierre-Luc Dubois and a little bit ahead of Boone Jenner. So it does fit very well for Columbus as well. Plus, Columbus gets a 3rd round pick from Montreal. So when you put it all together, it's one of those hockey deals that makes sense for both teams because it identifies need. For Montreal, they needed to get bigger. They needed to get that power forward presence. They've got it. For Max Domi, he gets to play in probably a top 2 forward situation, preferably at center where he belongs.
Here we go.
Yeah,
I guess the pick
I
is
clearly
in.
see Max Domi as a second-line center, and that opportunity vanished with the emergence of Nick Suzuki and Jesperi Kotkaniemi in Montreal. So as Pierre points out about a hockey deal, it's significant. And I clearly see Max as a centerman. And if they're going to put him on the wing in Montreal, it was a square peg in a round hole. And in Columbus, they get their second-line center. No question in my mind, Max can be a really good, solid second-line center behind Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Let's see if that
Last season was the 5th season under John Tortorella. This is interesting because first 15 seasons of the franchise, Columbus Blue Jackets had 2 playoff appearances. You look at the last 4 seasons, 4 playoff appearances, and they made a mark. John Tortorella and Domi, is that a fit for you, Bob McKenzie?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it'll be fun to watch.
Here we go. It says the pick is in. I don't know why they're waiting.
High, right?
Coming in on the pick, Columbus at 21. We talked about the trade. Now their newest player in their organization.
The 21st selection in the 2020
Sorry about
NHL
that.
Draft.
Yeah, I know.
will
I'm
be
boring
made
the hell
by
out of you.
Columbus Blue Jackets General Manager Jarmo Kekalainen.
The Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from Avangard Omsk of the Continental Hockey League, Yegor Chinakov.
Ooh, another reach.
Can you call the selection here? First reaction from you, Craig?
He's a goal scorer, and he knows his way around the offensive zone. You know, Bob just talked about players that benefit.
Surprising here that there's some reaches
is that player that
this early. And you know how you expect reaches from 25, 26 down, but not in 20. And that's interesting.
He's matured. He's developed further, and with it has come significant goal scoring.
So Columbus gets their pick in. Calgary now on the clock. Of course, they traded down with the Rangers. The Rangers were up at 19.
So Calgary should be all right.
Now
should
we
know
see
who they
the
want
Flames
here.
pick. That's coming up right after this.
So with Calgary being at 22, Blue should be up rather shortly.
Nope.
Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that.
Discover no annual fee on any card.
So, a couple of them that I thought the Blues would go off would,
I've always wanted to do that. I've wanted everything. I always wanted to do this.
I always wanted to do that. Next round on me.
My goodness.
Tremfya helps adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis uncover clearer skin that can last. In fact, Tremfya was proven superior to Humira in providing significantly clearer skin.
Type in there, tell me who you think
Serious
you're going to
allergic
take or what you
reactions
think
may
you're going to do.
Tremfya may increase your risk
One of the things that I
infections and
thought
lower
didn't
your
happen. I
ability to
thought maybe
fight.
they would
Tell
bundle
your
a
doctor
package
if you
and
have
move
an
up.
infection
Didn't
or
happen.
symptoms, or
You're
if you had a
looking at
vaccine or plan
only
to.
one trade, no players,
Tremfya.
except for the
Uncover
Max
clearer
Domi
skin
early.
that can
The
last.
first trade today
Janssen can help you explore
during the
possible
draft
options.
was draft picks only. So kind of interesting to see what's going to happen from that point on.
Good morning. And I know it's gonna be.
This is the feeling of total protection. Now that we protect your identity
So we'll
and
see
mobile
what
phone
goes on.
as well as your auto, home, and life.
Boy, some of
you've
these
never
times
been
when this
better
locks on me,
hands.
I'm done.
Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Yes, what I tell you.
Nice puppy dog.
Discover. Accepted at 99%
Discover
of places
commercial.
in the
I still
US.
like the Enterprise commercial with the bulldog. I miss the bulldog.
Absolutely wow.
Well, this draft has had a little bit of drama, not what you had expected, what I had expected. I expected a little more. The kid that's dropping, it's interesting, man. It really is. And, you know, they talk about how COVID has affected this draft. And in some ways, this kid is affected because he's dropping because doctors couldn't come and look at him. That's an important thing to happen. So you got Calgary,
in the NHL draft. He goes
Philadelphia,
to Anaheim, and he chatted with Jamie Hirsch.
Jamie, we spoke earlier and I asked you about the balloons your mom had. Well, it looked like quite the party. Lots of people there to celebrate your accomplishment as the 6th overall pick in this year's draft. What was that moment like for you?
Oh, it was, you can't even put it into words. It was just so amazing having all these people here, my friends and my family. So, you know, just to have the ability to celebrate with them and have my name called is second to none. So it's a really good time right now.
Yeah, we know your family's been such a huge part of your development, and especially during this pandemic where you haven't been able to have access to so many things that you normally would. Tell us about what your parents did and what you were able to do to stay on top of your game by using your home as a gym.
Oh, you know, I think he's going to re-sign, and if they did get rid of him, I don't want him. The concussion issues are a little too much for me to deal with. I don't think I could deal with them. They're not what I want to play with or have to deal with. Yeah, it's just not. It's not for me. It's really not.
Things you gotta do, and I'm really grateful.
You know, and it's not because he's a Blackhawk. It's got to do with the concussions and that. And he's an older player. And if I want a backup, I want more than a serviceable backup.
Jamie Drysdale, the newest member of the Ducks.
To be honest, I want a backup. I want a backup that could take
They're on the clock.
Bennington's
Remember,
place if
they were
need
at
be.
19.
And an older,
They traded
aging
down.
backup isn't what I
The
want.
Rangers traded up. They gave him a third-round pick. They went and selected Braden Schneider with that pick at 19. Then it was the Devils pick.
Excuse me.
And then Columbus. And now back to Calgary. Before we get to Calgary and their situation right now, I want to go back to pick 21, Bob, because we got a first here on draft coverage on NBC with our group.
That's right. Chinakhov went to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he was the 30th player on NHL Central Scouting's European list. That's well down. But for the first time since we've been doing the draft and using our rankings here on NBC, he wasn't in our top 93. Now, that doesn't make him a bad pick. I firmly believe that if you like somebody, you just take them and you don't worry about what the other teams are thinking about. And obviously, Jarmo Kekalainen, who's got a very good sterling draft record for finding talent, was more than happy to jump up and take Chinakhov in the first round, 21st overall. But as I said, I had to quickly scan our top 93 and our 7 honorable mentions to round it out to 100, and he wasn't there. Of the 10 scouts we surveyed, National Hockey League scouts we surveyed to get these rankings, one of the 10 players had him as a second-round pick. Nobody had him in the first.
Yeah, I mean,
Liam, I've been watching him since, he's an 01 born. He's already gone through a draft. So you watch him with his group, his national team group at that age, and he goes through a draft. But then he continuously got better, and he was clearly on the radar. And the benefits of these players playing in the KHL
again
is you had an opportunity to watch them. The difficulty, unlike
Fleury depends on how much you got to pay him. If he's going to come in
at the beginning of Friday
at league minimum, yeah. But if you got to put $2-3 million towards him, or even 4 or 5, no. And you already know that he will be a backup. But does he want to be a backup? I'll tell you who I'm interested in.
They were going to select.
And might shock you.
It does
is Murray.
You'd have to wonder why they
right?
would simply trade down. And then
Murray
take him
is
later.
going to be
As the
let go
Calgary
by
situation, let's get some
Pittsburgh,
clarity here from the commissioner.
and hold on.
We have a trade to announce.
Oh,
the Calgary Flames are trading the 22nd selection in the 2020 draft to the Washington Capitals for selections number 24 and 80 in this year's draft, the 2020 draft.
Wow.
So Calgary trades 22 to Washington for 24 and 80.
Calgary's used one pick to
in
pick
this
up
year's
3.
Draft. Washington, you're on the clock.
So the Caps are on the clock. Calgary, to recap, has moved down 5 spots, and they have acquired 2 fifth-round picks. They were at 19, then at 22. Now they're at 24. 22's next. It's the Caps. We'll have it after this.
Wow. I mean, Calgary's doing something good.
What's up, Whip? Biz, what are you even doing here? It's a skills
So
competition.
Mary, that's my
This is gonna
thought
be
process there. I would rather look at Murray, and I think you can get Murray for decent money. I think he's a little bit of a head case, but he's got a ring, and with him having a ring, it may lead to some.
What a day. Cheers, Biz.
He's got 2 rings, actually. So that could lead to some help with Bennington.
Okay, Lima,
and it would also put some confidence in the net.
Car insurance, so they only pay for what they need.
I would rather look at Murray. I really would.
Did you get that? Only pay for what you
That
need.
would be my mind on that, to look at Murray.
Our great country is just waiting
Agree,
to be
disagree?
explored. Whatever road you take, make sure your tires are ready to get you there safely.
Well, guys, just to let you know, I'm not going to go through the whole draft. Hopefully, I'll probably have to stop this after the Blues pick, because I do have an appointment at 10 o'clock St. Louis time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard. And featuring fans from around the world. You need to set up for that. So that'll kind of be where I'm at there. So don't get mad at me if I have to back away.
Wow! Yes! Touchdown Irish!
Are you a survivor of sexual abuse while in the Boy Scouts? You may be entitled to compensation, no matter how long ago that abuse happened, but your time to file a claim is limited. As a result of thousands of victims filing sexual abuse claims, the Boy Scouts have filed for bankruptcy protection.
Well, thanks,
And the
Mary.
bankruptcy
I mean,
court
I
has
just
set
think that
November
so
16th, 2020
the free
as
agent
the
crop of
deadline
goalies. I
for
mean, there's a
abuse
good
survivors
one
to
out
file a
there.
claim.
Hendricks out
If you're a
there.
survivor of sexual abuse while in the Boy
Henrik
Scouts,
Lundqvist is out there.
may
You
be
got
entitled to
Murray out there. You
compensation,
got
no
Fleury
matter
out
how
there.
long ago that
I
abuse
think
happened.
Dubrovnik might be out there.
Call for
I
more
mean, there's a
information
lot
and speak with one of our
out there.
compassionate counselors
No,
today.
Dubrovnik got traded,
Your
I
call
think.
is completely
But
anonymous.
the free
But
agent
remember,
goalies,
the
and
bankruptcy
that's
court has set
I've
November
been told that
16th,
the Blues are
2020
looking at a free
as
agent
the
goalie.
deadline for abuse survivors to
I was
file a
hoping
claim.
that maybe Oskarov
You know,
was
it's never
somebody
too
that
late
they
to
would
start
go up and
healing
jump
from this
at
kind of
and then see if
experience.
they can bring him
So
over.
take the first step.
They
Please
didn't.
call the number on your screen today.
Well, I mean, could they take a goalie in the third round? That's a possibility. They do have a third round pick. They don't have a second round. And that was something that I thought was interesting, that I thought the Blues might try and pick up a
on the clock. They trade up here to number
second round
22.
pick.
Remember, they won the cup in 2018, but two
maybe even
straight
a
losses
second
in
and a
the
third
first
to
round of
2
the
seconds.
playoffs
But
since then. Some new faces, obviously a new head coach in Peter Laviolette.
Liam, do it. Take Henrik Lapierre.
Well,
do it, Liam.
You would think if a team is moving up to this spot at this point, they're doing it for a specific reason and a specific pick. We'll see if that's the case right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, here we go.
The
Is Lapierre off the
22nd selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Washington Capitals Executive Vice President and General Manager Brian McClellan.
Well, what you got, Brian?
With the 22nd pick, the Washington Capitals are proud to select Hendricks Lapierre.
Yeah, there you go.
As they say in French, félicitations. Congratulations. Well done. That's Stephen Bowman and Ross Mahoney, their chief scouts, really getting to work and obviously doing a little extra due diligence. I've heard Craig talk about it, Bob.
There you go. He falls to 22.
He has a ton of personality. He's an electrifying type person. He's obviously off to a great year, and good on the Washington Capitals and good on that scouting staff in Washington.
They may have picked him at a really good spot.
Yeah, Bob, Craig, we watch these celebrations time after time, and it's, listen, they can blend into each other, but this is different. This is a different level of emotion. This is a sense of relief. You got to believe for Hendricks Lapierre.
Yeah,
huge. The kid has gone through a difficult last year and change. If you haven't been following the show all along, we deemed him the #1 wild card in the first round because of his medical history.
I mean, that's a good.
In the summer of 2019,
I give the Caps credit for that.
Playmaking,
did I see who's been hurt? This kid or Murray?
In the 18-19 season, he missed 9 games.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
That happens. Well, but the following summer, he looked great at the Lincoln tournament. Second on Team Canada in points behind only Cole Perfetti. But then he got off to a very slow start in October of 2019, and he suffered back-to-back concussions in the space of a month. So keep in mind here, they
said that they may not have been concussions.
3 head and neck traumas, and the third one shut him down for the balance of the 2019-20 season. The symptoms weren't going away, so we went to see Dr. Dan Dyrek in Boston. Dr. Dan Dyrek is an athletic therapist who's worked with Larry Bird, Patrice Bergeron, David Ortiz, and others.
Oh, my goodness.
They came up with a diagnosis that it wasn't just concussions, that it was cranial, cervical, traumatic injury, and that there were some problems with his vertebrae that were dealt with when Dr. Max Gauthier in Montreal.
Oh, yeah, this kid, I knew about the injury stuff with him, and
there was nowhere to play. Obviously, he's trained all summer. He believes he's
one of the things they talked about was that he would
season this past weekend, and he scored
that part of the falling with him was because of
an empty net and scored 1 goal in his second game. There were 40 NHL scouts in Chicoutimi to see him do this, to put on that offensive display. And yet, because of COVID, because of the pandemic,
because the
NHL teams
COVID and the
were not
pandemic,
allowed to
that
have
the
their own
team doctors couldn't look at
examine
him,
this
and
kid.
that was enough
And
to
so for
shy
a lot of
teams
teams
away.
Not the Washington Capitals. They decided at this stage of the draft, they're taking somebody who's got elite playmaking ability and plays a really good 200-foot all-around game, that they'll take the chance on him and see where it goes from
I
here.
love when they spot
But a lot of
shadow
teams
these guys.
simply
It really
weren't
helps
prepared to
you
do that
watch them. I
without
wish the
their
NHL
doctors
would do that
being able
more.
to
I know they're working on it.
personally examine him and get their own medical
So we're at
evaluations
23.
as opposed to
Blues
taking those
are
from the guys that treated him.
three picks away, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah.
But it's eerily similar to when Evgeny Kuznetsov fell to the Washington Capitals because of the so-called Russian factor. Just another ridiculous element that I don't buy into at any point in time. The medical thing is a lot different, but you have to be satisfied with the medical reports to be able to say we have the confidence to draft them, because it is significant, and you don't want to be drafting players that run the risk of not being able to perform at the heights of their abilities. But they have to be satisfied, and like Evgeny Kuznetsov, I think Hendrix Lapierre could be that type of home run pick that we saw with Evgeny Kuznetsov.
The Capitals had to like what they saw in these two games on the weekend, because he's not a shooter. He's a playmaker. He's always a pass-first guy. He doesn't want to shoot the puck. In those goals that he scored outside of the empty netter, obviously, he scored with a decent shot from the slot. The knock on him, even in spite of the fact that he's viewed having elite playmaking ability and a really strong two-way presence, is that he doesn't always get to the front of the net. He doesn't always get to the inside, and that is something that he's going to have to continue to work on. And quite aside from the
for the
injury
Blues,
history,
they're coming up in
were
3 or
some
4
teams that
picks.
were concerned
You got Perrault,
that
who was
too much
21,
tournament play,
Carey with
too much
22,
of a playmaker, not enough a guy that takes it to the
Preka, the
hole.
German, at
And in this
23,
instance,
Greg
he's already
at
started to score some
24,
goals in the Quebec League. So
Barron,
the
the
early returns
defenseman,
are promising on that
at
front. He's never
25,
at
Willander,
level that
defenseman
he's
at
played at,
26, Bork, a
recently,
center
the last
at
2 or 3, 4
at
years.
26,
He's never
Willander's at
scored 20 goals
27.
in any league that he's played in. He's a playmaker. But
Tyson
hey, there's nothing wrong
Foster
with that if
at
you're an elite
29. That's
playmaker,
somebody I've
and
heard
that's
the
what
Blues
scouting
were
report
interested
is
in.
on him.
Yeah, there's a guy named Nick Baxter who's not getting any younger, and
We'll
he's
see.
more of a pass-first guy rather than a
We'll see. It's
shoot-first
getting
guy. And
close.
everything on their power play, which is usually in the top 5 in the league, goes through Nick Baxter from Stick Liam.
Bork,
So I
Barron.
think this is really smart. They
Bork.
don't have to rush him. You got Baxter, you got
I could see
Kuznetsov, you
Barron.
got Lars Eller. So there's no need to rush him into the Washington Capitals
Barron
lineup.
more than
He can
Bork.
get rehab. I think there's a really smart play.
Yeah,
by Brian
Barron.
McLellan
I could
and
see
the
Barron
scouting staff in
going with
Washington.
us.
All right, so Lapierre's
Or
the pick.
Willander. I
The
could see him
Flyers
going
are on the
after a
clock here. I just want to
defenseman. I
wrap
really
up the
could.
Capitals really quickly here, because we talk about a young talent coming in at 18.
Philadelphia's only got
Any chance
40
that a
seconds or so on the
38-year-old
clock.
goaltender, Henrik Lundqvist, might be joining the mix as well, Bob?
It's possible. Obviously bought out by the New York Rangers, but there's a strong sense that the logical landing place for Henrik Lundqvist, the King, would be to be with the Washington Capitals, platooning with Ilya Samsonov this coming season. That will have stay tuned on that when we get to Friday. Nothing can be agreed to until Friday, but it's a good bet that the King ends up in D.C.
Weighted 22 picks, but the Caps, perhaps the most interesting team so far in this draft. Lapierre, Lundqvist maybe, but right now
Luke
Flyers.
Corrick was thinking that the Blues might go after him, but
General Manager
14 minutes
Chuck
jump.
Fletcher
Well, here goes
will be
Philadelphia.
making the 23rd selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
So let's see.
This past July, Philadelphia Flyers scout Jack McElhargy passed away after a battle with cancer. Jack made countless contributions to the Flyers over the years as a player, assistant coach, and scout. Today and every day, we miss Jack's insight, wit, and sense of humor. Jack played a big role in the drafting of several players currently within our organization. This draft, we honor and remember Jack as we select the next class of Flyers prospects. With the 23rd selection, Philadelphia selects from Barry Tyson Forster.
Oh.
Tyson Forster,
Well,
the pick here.
there was somebody I heard the
6'2",
Blues were
almost
looking for, and
200
now
pounds.
he's gone.
Here's a guy who had 80 points in 62 games.
And that's a
in
little
the
bit of a reach.
OHL, but we look at these comparisons.
Blues are trading the
they're
pick.
pretty
I'm
timely
telling
one,
you
given
right now,
what
the
we
Blues
just
trade the
saw
pick.
in the postseason bubble, Craig.
Blues
Yes,
are
we
going
do.
to trade
And,
the pick.
You know, when I first watched
Blues are going to trade that pick. Oh my goodness. I absolutely I'll say it now. Blues are trading their pick. Blues are trading their pick. I left the audio on. I want to get in trouble for that. Get my stream shut down. Surprised it hasn't yet. Oh my goodness. Gotta figure this junk out. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I was worried about that. Well, here we go. That was oh, I just got a cramp. Ooh. Oh man, that's two big ones that probably hurt the Blues right now. Oh my goodness. Well, so you've got Calgary, who wouldn't surprise me trades that pick again, and the Calgary, the Avalanche, and then the Blues. And I might go one or two picks after that, but not much more. Not enough people watching me to stay on, and I have to set up for that appointment. Brett Hull. Brett Hull. Oh yeah. Philly's an up and coming team. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, again, for those of you who are watching, and I do apologize for the video. I don't know. I'm going to have to work on that a little bit more and see what's going on and spend some more time doing some things. But I want to get better at it. I really do. And I'm not going to stop just because I've had some bad issues and things like that. I bought this board to help me with my sound and make things better. And I'll get the video up. I'm going to get there. I'm going to be the guy that I want and that you guys know I can be. So is there anybody on this board that someone would jump up and get? I don't know. I mean, here. Oh, Barron or Wallander, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, Lanny. Well, here we go. And wow. Yeah. Right. Wow. That was a good move by Calgary. So now we've got the Avalanche and then us. So let's see. I still think we're trading this pick. I really do. I'm going to spend 3.5+ hours waiting for this pick, and we probably trade a damn thing. That would just be the cat's meow. All this time, and we trade it. Well, hey, at least I'm sticking the Colorado Avalanche. Home block. Oh, why are you making me go to another commercial?
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Well, I'm glitching bad, huh? Well, it's almost that time. It is almost that time. So 2 picks up, and we should be coming. Man, everyone's going crazy about these seltzers. I've had a couple, and they're okay. They don't do anything special for me, that's for sure. I'm not a carbonated water guy. I'm a carbonated soda guy, not a carbonated water guy. Well, see what the Avalanche do. I know that the Blues have had a couple players they coveted get stolen from them. Let's see what's going to happen. They're showing LaPierre right now. Colorado's on the clock, and we're right behind them. I still feel like a trade's coming. Just stand by. Standing by. Not bringing it in. Well, here we go. Oh, who'd they pick? Oh, they just stole another pick. Way to go, Colorado. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy, Lee. Well, so now the Blues are on the clock, and what are they going to do? I'm feeling they're going to trade it right now. I mean, it's getting close now, so we just got to see what's going to happen. We're on the clock, and so do they trade it? Do they pick a defenseman? Do they? I mean, a lot of the guys that I knew that they were looking at are gone, so I don't know what they're going to do. Well, and then they're going to go to a commercial. Now the Blues pick is in. Well, the Blues pick is in. I don't know what these guys are waiting on. It's either that or it's a trade. Trade would not surprise me. I seen it coming. Should have known better. So you got for all the right wing, Precker left wing, Greg a center, Bork a center, Will Wallander a defenseman. You got Poirier a defenseman. Poirier, maybe they jump down. They get him at 33. Get him. Well, there's the Blues. No. Poirier. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Well, the pick is in, so okay, Army, what are you going to do? Oh, wow. I don't know if he was even on the board. Wow, that's two-way player. Words. Well, that was an interesting one. Waited all that. Yep. 31. Okay, I'm listening to what they're talking about Petrangelo. Well, guys, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Well, it was a good show. A couple people watched. I appreciate it. I got, like I said, I got an appointment coming up. I got to get ready for. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me on the Blue Note Fan Report. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I'll catch you on another Blue Note Fan Report.